Today I'm at London Bridge Station in London, and I'm here to go to this place behind me, which is the Sun Wharf Wetherspoons pub, which is one of the newest Wetherspoons. It was only opened at the end of September 2025. And this venue actually used to be the London Dungeon. It's in the archways here at London Bridge Station. You can see the railway lines and stuff above us. It's actually underneath the railways itself. So these archways used to be industrial purposes, and now they've been repurposed for retail and entertainment purposes. So the London Dungeon was here for about 25 years. It's vacated, and Wetherspoons apparently paid 2.7 million to refit this place. It's not just that building. There's another entrance down there as well. This is a really big pub. So let's head inside and see what the Sun Wharf at London Bridge is all about, and most importantly, to see what the food is like. Here I am at my table in the Sun Wharf, and I've got the menu. Not a particularly interesting picture, just a picture of the sun, sort of hand-drawn. As you know, I don't really use the menu because the app is absolutely fantastic for ordering things. You don't have to go to the bar, you can just put your table number in and then everything gets delivered to you. But it's always nice to see a paper menu. Wetherspoons have these traditional, they're sort of semi-laminated. And as you can see, it's a really big menu in here. So there's loads of stuff that I could order. But today is Wednesday, and Wednesday is pizza day. Well, in this pub it is anyway. So you get an extra special deal on pizzas. So I've decided to go for the spicy chicken pizza, which ordinarily would be £11.73. And I've ordered an Erdinger to go with it, nice continental beer to have my Italian pizza with, slightly mixing up my countries. I think Erdinger's German and obviously pizza's Italian, but you know, it's all European, isn't it? Now normally that would be £3.93, so the total would be coming in at over £15, but because it is a special promotion on a Wednesday for pizzas, I've been given a discount on the app of £6.79. So the total is only £8.87. That is incredible, because when you think that this pub is located right next to London Bridge Station, one of the most expensive places in London, because this is where all the commuters come into from Kent. So they're coming in, going to their highly paid jobs, and then going back again. So around here in pubs, if I was ordering a pint of Erdinger, I think I would be paying at least £7 for that, possibly even more, and I'm getting all of this for £8.87. So once again, Wetherspoons does offer incredible value. So let's just see what the pizza's like, because I've not had a pizza in Wetherspoons before. Not every single Wetherspoons has pizza. It's only where they have the pizza ovens. I think most of them do. That's why it's Pizza Wednesday. So Pizza Wednesdays across the whole of the UK. But not all of them do. So unfortunately, if you go to Wetherspoons that doesn't have one, then you can't have it. But I'm really looking forward to trying this spicy chicken pizza, relatively new to the menu. Can't wait to see what it's like. I'll see you when the food arrives. Okay, my Erdinger has now arrived. Got a nice big head on it, very European, a bit of that. Very tasty. And whilst I'm waiting for the food to arrive, I'd like to talk to you a little bit more about the pub itself. Now, it's a really interesting pub. It only opened at the end of September 2025, so it's relatively new. And it's got a really modern feel to it. But it's in the railway arches at London Bridge, so it's on 52 Street. And this site was previously occupied by the London Dungeon. So if you ever came to London, went to the London Dungeon, just as a spoiler alert, it wasn't actually here. I know that was the story that was sold by the company that runs it, but it wasn't really the London Dungeon in this location. They just created something that was a bit horror-ish. But they've moved to a different location. This was vacated. So Wetherspoons came in and had taken it. So it's in the railway arches, so it's really quite interesting. There's lots of nice open brickwork everywhere, and they've left everything exposed, so you've got all the air conditioning, and it looks quite industrial, but it's very, very modern, the whole feel of this place. So it's been super modernised, so it's not a sort of traditional old feel to it. It feels new and clean and cool and trendy. So one of the most upmarket Wetherspoons that I've been in. The carpet so that's little suns on it. If anybody's interested in the carpet, I know some people are big fans of the carpet. Every single carpet is unique to the particular Wetherspoons. This one's got sort of it's sort of dark grey blue, and yeah, it's quite nice. Got a different type of flavour to it. And it was reported that this refit cost Wetherspoons £2.7 million to complete. So you would hope that it looks quite modern and quite trendy. And it's got lots of different areas because it's in the arches and there's lots of pillars everywhere. You've got like little cubby holes and places with maybe 10, 12, 15 tables, and then another room with similar thing, and then some big open spaces as well. The bar is in one area set back from the main high street, and the front of the building has got this nice glass facade in the arches. And there's a real mix of people here. Because we're in the city, the financial district in London, I saw lots of people with laptops sitting around, you know, working here, coming in, taking advantage of the fact that you can buy a mug of coffee or tea for £1.81 and have free refills all day, so you can sit here all day. There's no music on, obviously, because it's a Wetherspoon, so it's quite noisy in the bit that I'm in here because it's relatively small, and there's probably 8 or 10 tables, and they're all full of people having a good time, which is what you want in a pub. That's what they're here to do. That's why people come in. So it's very modern, very clean, very upmarket. So far, so good. Got my Erdinger, just waiting for the food to arrive. So I'll see you when the pizza turns up. The pizza has now arrived. This is an 11-inch pizza. Obviously, the plates at Wetherspoons are a bit bigger. Interestingly, I know a lot of people like the plate discussion. This is a very plain plate, just a white plate. First time I've had that in Wetherspoons. Normally, they're blue or orange or green or something like that. So we have got the spicy chicken pizza, which has... But let me see if there's a description in the menu that tells me exactly what is in this pizza. Right, where are we? Where are the pizzas on here? Okay, 11-inch pizza. Spicy chicken. It says mozzarella, spicy pulled chicken thigh, chili, garlic, and herb sauces with some rocket. So that's exactly what's on here. Hasn't been wheeled, so it's not been cut. So the whole thing is still just one piece. So I'm going to have to cut this myself. Got a nice sharp knife and fork, so let's take a chunk out of this and see what it is. So it's obviously, oh sorry, the table is shaking, so there may be a bit of shaking on the camera. Apologies for that. It's quite crispy, so it's definitely comes in like it's really quite crispy. Okay. It's thin. It's definitely thin, which is good. I always like a thin pizza. It's crispy, which is nice. It's quite different, that, because I think if you're used to sourdough pizza, sort of traditional Italian stuff, it's making me hiccups. It's a little bit spicy. Thin, crispy. As I said, it's quite spicy. The red sauce has a bit of a kick to it. It really is quite spicy, actually. Now, I like a bit of spice. I had the Vindaloo curry here not that long ago. That is quite... If you don't like spice, I wouldn't recommend getting this, because it is definitely pretty spicy. But what's good about this pizza, there's a lot of topping on it, but not too much, because it hasn't got too much cheese. I think that's the problem when you get an American pizza. Thick cheese, becomes heavy, becomes a bit monotonous, the taste. This has actually got a good combination of the red spicy sauce, the spicy chicken, and then it's got a bit of garlic mayonnaise drizzled over the top, a bit of rocket lettuce. Let's have another piece. Oh. Do you know, for a pizza in the pub, that's pretty good. You know, this isn't an Italian restaurant. It's not somewhere where they're making hundreds of pizzas every hour. They've got a massive menu at Wetherspoon, so they're obviously making pizza alongside other things. But it's actually come out quite nice. It is light and crispy, really tasty, quite spicy. The ingredients on this taste pretty fresh, so the rocket looks good. Chicken looks decent. Yeah, the pizza's nice and crispy on the bottom. I like that. That is a nice pizza. I'll be interested to see what the other flavours are like, and I will have more flavours as time goes on. as a spicy chicken pizza goes, I think that's pretty good. It's not too much chicken. Sometimes if you have a chicken pizza, the pieces of chicken can be a bit too big. They can get a bit dry. It sort of spoils the flavour. This is more sort of smaller bits of chicken in the sauce, so it does blend in quite well with everything else. It's nice and crispy around the outside, but it's not hard, because that's the problem if you sometimes get crispy. It can be a bit like biting a biscuit, but it's just too much. It's just around the crust, really. The crust is quite thin. There's not too much topping. I'll have one more piece, and then I will finish the rest of this pizza and see you at the end. So let's just have one more. That's a decent pizza. I'm quite impressed with this. So let me finish the rest of this pizza and I'll see you at the end for the wrap up. So here I am at the end of the meal, and if you're wondering what this box is, well, this is actually a doggy bag from Waitrose. I asked them, I had some of my pizza left over. I said, "It's any possibility you've got a doggy bag or a box?" And they gave me this. So I've now put a little bit of my pizza in here, and let me have a look. There you go. There's a bit of pizza in there, so I'll have that later on. So even more value for money, because I'm getting to take it home. But if you've ever thought, when you've been in Wetherspoons, there's a lot of food here, I can't eat it all, maybe I could take it home, then ask for a box, they'll give it to you. Brilliant. Even if you don't want to eat it, when you get home, somebody else in your house may do. So not talked about that before, but quite interesting that they do doggy bag boxes. Anyway, not here to talk about the doggy bag, here to talk about the meal. Still got my Erdinger, comes in a bottle, so I'm able to keep topping it up, which is quite handy. Cheers. So what about the pizza at Wetherspoons? Well, I've been thinking about having a pizza for a while because I love pizza. I've been to so many pizza restaurants. I must have eaten at least 10,000 pizzas in my life. Have I? I don't know what the calculation is on that, but let's say yes. So I've eaten a lot of pizza anyway, so I feel I'm a bit of a pizza aficionado, maybe a little bit of a pizza snob. I do like the sourdough Neapolitan style where it's all light and bubbly crust. So I had relatively low expectations for today for the Wetherspoons pizza. Wasn't really expecting it to be that good. Now, I ordered the spicy chicken one, which is relatively new to the menu because I like a bit of spicy chicken. It's not a traditional pizza. It's sort of slightly unusual, but I wanted to see what it was like. And it does say on it, it's crispy. So it said it on the menu, so I can't complain about it becoming crispy. What came on the plate, it was big but not too big, because sometimes you get pizzas and they are ridiculous. So you think, well, it sort of puts you off eating it when it's too large. So it's quite big, but just about the right size that you could eat a whole one. I didn't eat all of mine today, but I'm not feeling that hungry when I first came in here. So it's not because it was too big. It's just I didn't have as much appetite as I would normally have. Anyway, so it was good size. The crust itself, the actual pizza base was thin, and I think that's important because I can't stand thick pizza bases. It's like the old days, back to the 70s and the 80s, where you had a 1-inch rock hard crust, no good to anybody. So it was nice and thin, which was great, and it was crispy underneath and around the outside. So it sort of had a hard bottom to it. So when you cut it, it had a little bit of crunch to the pizza, which is okay. I've had pizzas like that before. It's quite nice, actually. In terms of the toppings, we had not too much cheese, which is important. It's a good spicy topping, lots of chicken in there, but it was all chopped up into nice little pieces, so it was easy to eat along with the other bits of pizza. Nice drizzle of white sauce, lots of rocket on the top. Overall, I thought it was quite well balanced. Wasn't too much topping, but just enough to give it flavour. And in terms of that spiciness, it really did have a kick, really quite strong, and I like a bit of spice. But even after the first bite, I was like, wow, that's pretty spicy. So if you're middle of the range in terms of spice, if you like a korma rather than a madras, I would say don't have this chili chicken pizza because it's a bit spicy for you. But I liked it. It was flavoursome, tasty. Now, what about the bill? Because that's really what it's all about when you come to Wetherspoons. You expect to get a good deal. And I'm telling you, I've got an amazing deal today because it's Wednesday and it's Pizza Club Day. So you get an extra special discount. So I ordered the pizza, which ordinarily would have been £11.73. That's what it's showing on the bill. And I then had the Erdinger, which is £3.93. So between the two of them, that would have come in to more than £15, like £15.66. Just, reasonable amount for Wetherspoons. Still includes a drink, so you know, if I say this drink's probably worth £6 or £7, then you're still looking at only about a tenner for your pizza. However, because it's Pizza Club Day on a Wednesday, Wetherspoons gave me a discount of £6.79. There was some VAT to pay, but the total bill for the pizza and the drink was £8.87, which, when you take into account this drink is worth quite a bit, the pizza was not very expensive. So what's my overall score, taking into account the cost, the quality, the size? The service was very good as usual, came within the usual 10 minutes, came after about 4 or 5 minutes, maybe, something like that. So I'd imagine these pizzas only take 60 seconds to cook in the oven, wash it in, heat it up, and then basically serve it out. So service was good, amount of food was good, quality of food was pretty decent. What's my score for the meal deal pizza as part of the Pizza Club in Wetherspoons on a Wednesday? Well, I'm going to score this a very solid 7.5 out of 10. So it's not the best pizza I've ever had. I mean, I've had some better pizzas, but it was pretty decent. I think for a pub, but serving a variety of different food, it was quite a good pizza, very tasty, lots of good toppings on there. Not too over the top in terms of the volume of toppings, which I think is important. So it was good. I would have it again, 7.5 and above. I would definitely come back, have it again. I would have the pizza here again. I'll probably have a different one next time just to try to see what the other toppings are like. So watch out for that video coming out at some point in the future. But the Sun Wharf pub here at London Bridge is a great venue. If you're in the London Bridge area, whether you're passing through for business or you're coming for pleasure, coming on a sightseeing trip, this is a great spot to drop into for lunch. A real mix of people in here, sort of some business people, some tourists, some workers, you know, me. So yeah, you never know who you might bump into when you come to the Sun Wharf at London Bridge. But I definitely recommend this pub. So thank you for watching this video all the way through to the end. Please give me a thumbs up if you haven't done so already. Please subscribe if you're not already a subscriber, and I'll see you again on the next meal. Cheers.